Hi guys, welcome to the show. I'm Lisa Akbari, your hair doctor. And as I said before, I'm really excited about being here. I'm really excited about being back with you guys and answering your questions. I just have one thing to say about my hairstyle today. It's cute. And I'm just going to try and show you guys what I've done with this. This is so fun and so cool. And it's so easy. And as you know, I've been transitioning. Today I'm going to talk about all these things. I'm going to talk about my style a little bit, show you how easy it is to do this style. I'm going to, because so many of you take a lot of time with your natural hair and your transition. And I just want to make your life easy. Also, the folks out there who are not transitioning, we're going to talk about those things. I've got some questions that I've received in my email box, and I'm going to answer those for you. But I want to first start with this hairstyle. Okay, let's take this down. It's just a simple scrunchie. You can see my hair there. A simple scrunchie, little, and I've got a little piece hanging from it. But this is just a large nylon scrunchie. My hair, I just basically fluff, fluff, fluff through to get my fro, fluff, fluff through here. And the key to wearing any kind of scrunchie or headgear or head decoration, as I call it, is to make sure it's hair friendly. As you see, I've transitioned, and it's been about let's say 16 months since I started my transition. And what I've done, I've had a couple of trims, and I pretty much have new hair except a few inches of the older hair. And if I pull the hair down, you can see I'm probably going to be, again, right at that 14, maybe a little bit longer inch mark. But that's my transition somewhat story. But you know, on my website at lisaakbari.com, I have a full transition videos of my step-by-step what happened. So if you need more information, I'll be happy to give it to you. But we're going to talk about transitioning periodically throughout this. But there's my scrunchie. I take it, put it over my head, on around the neck, bring it up, go up with it. Make sure my earrings aren't caught. And I am there. How cute and how easy is that? And you just basically do your regular dressing. I call it dressing for bed. You can bring it forward if you like. Give it a little bit more fluff there. And I'm here. And I'm one that, I love my natural hair. So I don't really want to glue my hair to my head. I'm okay with a little puff and fluff. And so you're going to find my afro puffs puffier. So my hairline is okay, sticking out a little bit. So I'm good with that. But let's get to some of these questions, all right? It says, how's transition going? Well, it's going well. It's easy. What I wanted to achieve, and I have achieved with this transition, is to show you that it's easy to transition. You don't have to worry about whether or not your hair is going to fight you back when you're transitioning. And so many of you don't want to do the big chop. And so you don't have to worry about that as well. So this was easy. This was really easy for me. Okay, next question. Everything is about how's the transition going so far. And if someone said that your videos are very helpful, thank you for that. And that you wish I was in Los Angeles. You know, 'cause sometimes I wish I was in Los Angeles as well. You guys have great weather. But one of the things, I am in Los Angeles because you can see me and you can talk to me. So don't worry about it. I also offer free counseling. If you want to call my institute, ask for a phone appointment, I offer free counseling. So have your questions ready. Call 901-380-4445. Get some free counseling. So then you'll have me voice to voice. So I'm there, but I do wish I was there with your weather. Okay, one of the, someone said they can't wait for the videos. Well, I'm excited about the videos. The video series. Ask the Hair Doctor, this Q&A time with you. Beautiful. I'll go right down my YouTube box as well as on my email box, and I will answer those questions. So I'm excited about that. But then I'm going to show you a little bit about my lifestyle, what I do on a day-to-day basis, how God has blessed me to get my health together. I'm losing the fat suit. I'm so it's so important. I'm so excited about that because I've got to get rid of that because it's bad for my health. I'm a raw foodist. I don't know if any of you knew that. I'm vegan raw, so I'll be sharing a lot of my meals with you. So many things like that. How I dress my hair for bed. So I'll show you how I do that. And then I'm going to go into my salon. And within my institute, I have a healthy hair group salon, and I'm going to show you those things as well. So, working with stylists and working with clients, and I'm going to even take you into the area where I work in the examination room so you can see my microscope and all the things and the way I view hair and how I come up with all these theories and the way I prove the theories that I have. Okay, so that's one of the things. So I can't wait either. All right, let's see. Someone said, let's see, congrats. So thank you so much. How many months has it been since you've been transitioning now? And someone said they lost track. Well, it's been about 16 months. 16, I'm going to go into that 17th month really soon. Wow, isn't that exciting? Okay, let's see. It says, what happened? Okay, somebody talked about fairy knots. And terminology varies so much, so I'm not really sure. But I think you're talking about the little balls we get on the ends of our hair. And as you can see, I don't have any. And the reason why we have those we're calling fairy knots is because we have a combination of two things. One, a combination of naturally shedded hair, and then a combination of layers. Our hair is made up of three main layers: cuticle, cortex, medulla. But then we have these cuticle layers that overlap like shingles on a house. Now, with those cuticle layers, they begin to lift and lift and lift. And when they lift, they peel back. And most women with natural hair, we tend to play a little bit of tug of war with our hair. And so we get into those tangles, and then we end up coupling those tangles and, excuse me, the layers from the tangles to the shedded hair, the natural shedding, and then they roll up into these knots. And so we get these little balls. So we've got to work on that. So I'm just going to show you quickly. You're going to work with your hair. If you've got a section of hair, you want to take your forefinger. You've seen me do this, guys. You take your forefinger and your thumb, or your fingers and your thumb, and I'm talking press into that hair until you get rid of that knot, until you can take your fingers and slide straight through without hair. Until you can do that, then you need to press in. Now, what are you pressing in? You've got to have the right lubrication. Now, you've got to have products that are going to lubricate the shaft. That means oils that will give you a nice lubrication. And then you have to have hydrating products. Products that will hydrate the hair. You can go on my website, on my natural hair page, and I have tons of suggestions on products. Hydration, leave-in conditioners. If you do that, when you press into your hair, that product is going to smooth into that cuticle, and then you can slide straight through without pulling your hair off. Okay? All right, let's see. I love our natural hair because it's just bounced back in place. Okay. All right. So that's the answer. You don't have to have the fairy knots, because let me tell you, when you lose those hairs, you are losing some of your length. So some of you, I've had patients that come into my institute and say, hey, I'm trying to get length. Well, they can't get length because they are losing in little balls of hair. And when I show you some of the footage in my analysis room, the examination room, I'm going to show you the little fairy knots, or little knots that y'all call them. I don't know, fairy. That's kind of cute. I don't know why. But anyways, all right, next question. Okay, and someone asked about doing a scholarship for college students. If you're looking on my college page, yes, I have a a contest that's ongoing. And what I do is, it's really a contest, but I just kind of pick and choose different ones. We have this great story, because a lot of times college students, they can't afford hair products. They're all in the dorms and they're just kind of getting whatever they can. And some of them can, but some can. And so what I want you to do is tell me your story. If you're college students, give me your story. Email me at lisa@akbari.com. Excuse me, lisa@akbari.com. And when you email me, what I'll do is I will read your story, and you may win a year supply of my hair nutrition system. Wouldn't that be cool? So that's the scholarship fund that we have, just a hair care fund, because you have all these other expenses and some of them are being taken care of, but the hair is always the last thing. So I always think about that, and that's what I'm talking about when I say scholarship. Okay, let's get a couple of more in, because you guys were right away jumping right on this. And getting those questions in. Let's see. Someone asked about how often should you trim to maintain healthy ends? Oh my goodness. This is an ongoing question. I get it all the time. Let me tell you, I call it to trim or not to trim. That's the big question of the day. Well, you don't have to trim your ends, but you have to do one or the other. You have to either trim or treat. If you don't treat, you have to trim. If you trim, you don't have to treat. You see what I'm saying? I recommend that you take care of your hair and you condition your hair. But on a daily basis, what do I mean by treat? Treating the ends is going to allow you to smooth the cuticle down, prevent tears, and help slow down that aging process that occurs with the strand. Now, why do people want you to trim? Your stylist, what you read about, trimming is for one or two reasons. Number one, to remove the split ends. We can treat those ends or we can remove them. Number two, for grooming purposes. So if you don't have the shape that you want, then trim by all means. But if you're trimming to grow hair, it's such a contradiction because your hair doesn't grow from your ends. Your hair grows from your scalp. So if you grow hair, but you're not obtaining length, and there's a difference. I'm not spinning my words. There's a difference. You're obtaining length by taking care of the shaft so they don't split and peel back into the healthy hair. So the hair doesn't seem like you're getting length. When you cut it, then the hair seems to shoot out in terms of growing, but it really is not. You're just not peeling back. So if you treat those ends daily, hydrating and lubricating, moisturizer and oiling, then you won't have to trim. I don't trim that often. Like I said, through this transition, I trim twice. Okay, so you don't have to really do that. So just remember that. All right, okay, a couple of more. Let's see, we're at 11 or 12 minutes. Let's see where we are. Let's see, we've got, it's pretty much, I think I've got them all. Now, this is just a couple of the question and answers. I'm going to go in my email box for my next hair talk session, and we're going to get those questions in, but keep them coming. Email me, lisa@lisaakbari.com. Thank you so much, guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. To God be the glory in Jesus. I'm so happy to be back, and I'll talk to you real